Right. Exactly. That's probably what happened. Ain't no way nobody would reach into that man's bag. Okay? There's no way that a reporter would do it, that somebody from the media would do it and lose their damn job and their reputation being a thief. And one of the players would have done it. If one of the players would have done it, I think they would have already given it back. Now, a player would have done it. It's kind of like a gag. It's kind of like a joke. And that, we're 2 weeks. We're into 3 weeks away from the Super Bowl. That hadn't happened yet, so I don't think it's that. That makes sense. Tiffany, you're one of them sleuths. You're like freaking Inspector Gadget. Sherlock Holmes. You're exactly right. Tom Brady, with his cheating-ass ways, that cheating bastard stole his own damn jersey. Exactly. From Clay Magic Bike Davis in the chat room on Spreaker.com. I'm telling you, Putin got that jersey. He wants to match his ring that he stole from Kraft. Whatever. From Grego XY, Putin stole Kraft's Super Bowl ring. From Andre Elam, Grego, the theft is the only common factor. Right. There's always something crazy and abstract going on with the New England Patriots. It just so happens that silly, crazy stories like this about espionage and stealing playbooks and jerseys missing, and it always happens to happen to the Patriots. From J. Clyde Censored, man, it's his teammates in the locker room. I just talked about that. I would say that. That would be the first thing. It was a teammate. But they wouldn't steal his jersey. They're millionaires already. Why would they steal Tom Brady's jersey, their teammate's jersey, knowing good and well it'd be a big story? They may have done it, but they did it in the thought, in the mind, that they would give it back and say it was a joke. 3 weeks have passed. We're past joke stage now, bruh. Okay? We're going on 3 weeks passing. A teammate would have given it back the next day. Or even that same night. Much less the next day. The same night that jersey would have been given back. Oh, man, I was just joking with you, Tom. No. Tom Brady stole his own damn jersey. From Angry Black Man, bro, I want to apologize for getting you riled up earlier. Thanks for moving on to the great show and cease whining about the sorry-ass Lakers. That's big of you, Angry Black Man. I know you're a black man and you're angry. And I know that took a lot for you to apologize to me, your fearless leader. Thank you, sir. From J. Clyde Censored, those millionaire teammates still steal. Trust that. I guess so. I mean, people steal. People steal. People steal. I have to explain that to my daughter all the time. We go to these track meets, and she'll have her phone in her bag, and she'll lay it down right next to the track and and go run a race or whatever, unattended. And I tell her, I'm like, look here, little girl. If somebody steal your phone because you don't understand, you're young, you're a kid, you don't understand that people steal. I was like, if somebody steal your phone, we're not getting you another one. I done told you, leave that phone with us. Nobody's going to steal it. Child, people steal. People steal. Quick little story. Shut up. Shut up. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Quick little story. So my senior year in high school, and I think I've told this story before. But my senior year in high school, my parents bought me a class ring. And everybody didn't get class rings. My parents bought me a class ring for my senior year for my high school, graduation. They got me a class ring. And so in the locker room, I left it in my shoe in my locker. And I can't remember if we had locks. I don't think we had locks. Clearly we didn't have locks because we're teammates. Why would somebody go in your locker and steal something out your locker? Sure enough, somebody stole my goddamn class ring out of my damn locker. Somebody stole my class ring out of my locker. So, never found it. You can't really accuse anybody. How you look going around accusing somebody for stealing your ring, empty out your pockets? You couldn't do that. So I was ass out. And my old man was mad at me for 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Dougie, how could you do that? People steal. People steal. People steal. But, Dad, I mean, it was my teammates. I didn't think nobody would steal my class ring. Come to find out a couple of years later, I'm back home, and I think I was still in college or whatever. Like 3 or 4 years later, I come home. I go to the car wash. I go to the car wash, and I'm washing my car, cleaning the wheels, putting on some Armor All, whatnot. That's what we did back then. And so I'm cleaning my truck, and this dude rides up. I'm not going to even say their name. A dude rides up, he jumps out, and he starts washing his car. What's up? I know this guy. And I look, this joker actually has, the other part of the story, I forgot part of the story. So in my locker, I had a little medallion, a little Mercedes medallion, no Mercedes the first. But my aunt from New York sent me a little medallion for Christmas that I had on a little thin little gold chain, kind of like the Michael Jordan chains from the 1980s. So I had this little thin gold chain, and on the gold chain was a little medallion, a little Mercedes-Benz medallion that had these little diamond cuts in it. Okay? It was real nice. It probably cost $35, $40 off the Lansing Street or something like that in New York City. And so that was also with my ring. So years later, I'm at the car wash, and this dude rolls up. I know this guy. He rolls up, and he's got my medallion. It's my medallion. It was very detailed. And so I saw it, and he didn't even think nothing about it. He may not have even known the true story behind it. I look at it, and this guy's older than me. He's probably, at this time, 26, 27 years old. So I look at this medallion, and I'm like, yo, so-and-so's name, that's my medallion. He's like, what are you talking about? Then instantly kind of his face changed, and he figured out that the gig was up. And I'm like, that's my medallion. And I'm going to need you to take that shit off right now. Now, listen, keep in mind, I told you this guy was like 25, 26 years old. This is a grown-ass man, okay? And he ain't no punk. But I was ready to scrap for this damn medallion. This was mine. He stole it. And so he stopped, looked at me, and kindly commenced to taking it off and gave it to me right there on the spot. So then I'm like, man, where is the ring that was with it? And then he got stupid. But long story short, his brother was one of my teammates. And so his brother, we figured out, is the one that stole it. And I'm not going to get to the names again, but his brother is gone to glory. His brother was, for lack of a better term, an everyday common crook. He was in and out of jail for many years, and so it made sense now. And he was on our team at the time when this ring and this medallion got stolen. Make a long story short, and talking about my daughter and this Tom Brady thing, people steal. Oh, man, I was about to scrap. I was ready to scrap with a grown-ass man. Give me my shit. That's my shit. And he took it off because he knew he was wrong. And so never found the ring. Never, ever found the ring. The ring probably is in some pawn shop in Arizona or whatever right now, I'm sure. But, I mean, that hurt me, and that taught me a valuable lesson, man. As much as you think you know people, man, I mean, there's some dirty people out here, man. People will steal from you. I've been screwed in business deals before, man. I mean, to the highest of screwedness. You know, you got to get shit on paper. You know, as much as you might like somebody, and it might be friend, it might be family, man, people are unscrupulous, man. A lot of people got the devil in them. A lot of people will steal from your ass as you would never think. People that you trust and you believe in, you think are good, and they talk good, and you're friends, and you do this together, man. Some people just kleptomaniacs. Some people just bad people. You don't know. You can't really trust anybody. You know, there's very few people that I would would say that I trust 100%. Very few, maybe 2 or 3 in this world. Yeah, man. I mean, people steal. And the point of this was the reason it brought up because somebody said, I think my man Jay Clyde, he made the point that teammates will steal too. Right. I agree with that. I just think that because at some point an investigation would happen on everybody in that locker room at some point, down the road, if Tom Brady really wanted to push the issue and get this damn jersey back, that the smart thing would be, because a big deal was made out of this, if you're a teammate, would be to give it back a day or 2 later at the most. So I find it hard to believe a teammate stole it, in their situation. Yeah, in 1986, a teammate stole a ring that at that time was worth about $200. But nah, not to this degree. Nah. Very, very strange story. From Robert One Dope Boy Slade. Wait, dude wearing that to remember his dead bro, and you took it? Nah, his brother wasn't dead at the time. His brother wasn't dead at the time. His brother just died a couple of years ago. And I know people from my hometown listening, trying to figure out who I'm talking about. You know exactly who I'm talking about. From Sin Lake Show. And it's funny, a little follow-up to that story. The guy that actually stole a ring got out of jail later and many, many times had reached out to me like through somebody else and wanted to get with me. And I was never able to do it. Because I could never catch up with him. He was in and out of town. Once again, he was in and out of jail all the time, man. And it was crazy. And really at the time when the whole thing happened at the car wash, I didn't say, I knew exactly what happened, but it was kind of like understood. And at the time when this thing happened at the car wash, the guy who actually stole it that was in my locker, that was in the locker room with me at the same time, that was on the team with us, my senior year in high school, he was in jail. Like he was doing a 10-year bid at that time. Right. So it wasn't like I could go back and get it from him or be like, dude, why you stole it? I mean, that wasn't going to matter. This was many years after the fact. I graduated high school in 1988. That event happened probably 6-7 years after the fact. Or it may have not even have been that long, but it was just bad, man. It taught me a valuable lesson. People will steal. Stealing bastards. I told my daughter, I'm like, look here, you're going to learn a hard lesson. As much as you value and covet that damn phone, when it's gone, it's gone. Until you get a job and you can get you another one, it's gone. Every time I turn around, your ass on that phone. When it's gone, it's gone. You have to save up your birthday money or whatever to get another phone, but I ain't buying no damn phone. I ain't got it. Rough Buff, Doug's ring, that shit was 24 karat steel. Laugh out loud. No. It wasn't the highest grade. What do you have? You have 14 karat, you have 24 karat. And I think 14 karat is the better gold. It wasn't 14 karat, but it was the next step below. Right. It wasn't steel, though. Hell no, it wasn't steel. It wasn't platinum, but it was the next step behind the best gold. Shit. My old man probably still mad at me right now in heaven. You dummy. Right now I can hear my old man, you a dummy. I told you to put that damn ring up. Hey, when we get back from the break, man, we're going to have on the Great Thorny Switch. Don't go away. This should be good.
While you're burning up, I feel the breeze up the freeway.